Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Shannon, and in today's video I am going to be attempting to do just a few days of Kenzie Burke's food combining diet. I was inspired to do this by watching Maggie McDonald's videos. She's been raving about food combining and Kenzie Burke, and after following Kenzie for a little while I decided that it was something that I actually might be able to do. And you know, the past 2 or 3 weeks I haven't really been eating or not drinking great. I graduated from college, so you know, kind of just been in a celebration mode, so my body's definitely in need of a bit of a reset. Kenzie actually has a program that she charges like $45 or something for, which really isn't that bad, but right now I don't feel like I can justify spending that. So just using the tips and tricks from her Instagram and from Maggie McDonald's video, I thought that I could try this for a few days and see if it's something that I could actually continue on a regular basis. So I'm not going to get really into the food combining like rules, because honestly like I don't even know them off the top of my head, nor do I like completely understand them. But in general, it's just kind of like combining certain types of foods together in an optimal way for digestion to make you feel better, and ultimately they're just like healthy foods, so I figured there couldn't be any harm in doing this diet. But some of the basic rules are that starches mix with veggies, proteins mix with veggies, proteins and starches don't mix, different proteins don't mix, different starches mix, fats don't mix with protein very well, fats do mix with starches, fruits should be eaten when you first wake up on an empty stomach because they take like 30 minutes to digest, and fruits can be also mixed with raw greens in like a smoothie. So this is where I just read all of those rules from. It's a cheat sheet that Kenzie posted on her Instagram. I think it covers the basic rules of food combining, and I think with that and product recommendations from both Kenzie and Maggie, I would be able to do this for a couple days. So I already had some fruit in stock in my fridge, so I have pineapple and mango and blueberries, as well as some coconut milk yogurt, which are actually okay to mix together for breakfast in the morning. I also have some greens like spinach and kale that I can make into a smoothie. I also have some salad ingredients, so I really just needed to pick up a few things. So I went to Whole Foods. A lot of the recommended things that they buy are from Whole Foods, so I just grabbed a couple things. So let's do a little haul. The first thing I grabbed was these thin stackers by Lundberg Family Farms. They're puffed grain cakes and they're red rice and quinoa. I've always liked rice cakes, so I figured I would enjoy these with maybe some type of cheese or something on them, because these are a starch and those are fat and those mix well together. The next thing I bought was this Food for Life rice bread. Kenzie and Maggie both recommended the multi-seed rice bread, but they didn't have any of that. They had brown rice bread, so I figured it's probably about the same. This is what they have with like avocado toast and things like that, and I already have some avocados, so I didn't need any of those. The next thing I got was brown rice gluten-free pasta in egg tagliatelle shapes. I don't know, they're kind of like fat linguinis, I would call them. It's not the same kind that Maggie and Kenzie have shown, but I couldn't find that, and I thought this would be about the same thing. And to go with that, I bought this Rayo's homemade pasta sauce, and it supposedly has really good ingredients, no added sugars, whole peeled tomatoes, olive oil, onions, salt, garlic, basil, black pepper, and dried oregano. So really, really clean ingredients. And then the next thing I got was some Hookah Ginger Tea. I wanted to get the detox one, but they were sold out of that, so I thought this would be the next best thing. It's a warming swirl of organic ginger, galangal, and golden turmeric. And I've been really into ginger things lately, so I also got a gingerade kombucha, which this is something that I've kind of always drank. It's not really new for me. And then they also recommend drinking hot lemon water in the morning, so I just picked up 2 lemons. Now today I've already been kind of testing the waters with this food combining thing. I had a fruit and green smoothie for breakfast. And then I just went to Sweet Green and I just got a salad with like chickpeas and sweet potatoes and a couple other vegetables and some dressing. So that's on the list. And so I think for dinner I'm going to make some gluten-free pasta and sauce and maybe add some kale or broccoli or whatever green vegetables I have available. So I wouldn't call this day one. I would call this maybe like a pre-trial, and then tomorrow will be day one. And I'm trying to do about 3 days of this and we'll see what happens from there. I do not have any broccoli, so I'm just going to be sauteing a little bit of kale and some spinach, and then with the pasta and the sauce. And then I will say that I don't think KENZIE or MAGGIE have dairy. However, I don't have any issues like digesting dairy, so I don't think a little bit of Parmesan cheese is gonna kill me. I do try to avoid actual dairy. I do a lot of coconut milk and coconut yogurt and things like that, but a little sprinkle of Parmesan cheese on my pasta is not the end of the world. So I just put my pasta in and I just put my veggies in with some water so that they can steam. So this all should be ready within a couple minutes. So this is actually really delicious, and honestly, any diet that allows me to eat any kind of pasta, I'm all for. So cheers. I look so ridiculous right now. I'm using this face mask from Christmas. Oh my god, I can't even take myself seriously. It's like an elf face mask, and first of all, it's like falling off my face. But anyway, I'm about to have my first sip of this Hookah Ginger Tea, and it smells really good, so I think it's gonna be yummy. We'll see if I can do this with mask on. Wow, that's actually really good. If you like ginger at all, you'll probably love this. I've also noticed that part of KENZIE's plan is 30 minutes of self-care each day, so that's what this face mask is. Alright, so I have a green juice here for breakfast, and it's just got spinach, kale, pineapples, mango, and a couple of dates and some carrot juice, and I don't know if that's allowed, but oh well. And I have some coffee and some hot lemon water. So now that I had my first breakfast, I'm gonna go for a run, and something that KENZIE says is that having a green juice with like fruits and, sorry, my cat's up there, I'm just like looking at her, having a smoothie with like greens and fruits before a workout will make you feel a lot better than like say a protein shake or something like that. So we'll see how I feel during my run. College wash up right here. So I just got back from my run, and while I did feel great, halfway through I had to come home and pee because I don't usually have that many liquids before I work out. But you know, just the coffee, the lemon water, and the whole juice, just I could not keep running without going to pee. So it took me a little longer than usual. Also, I just went to go make some rice bread avocado toast, and the rice bread, which you have to put in the freezer because it has like no preservatives in it, is like literally a brick. Like I could not break off any single pieces. So I'm letting it thaw a little bit while I take a shower. Alright, time for the avocado toast on rice bread taste test. That's pretty good. I think I might even like that better than Ezekiel bread. This bread was kind of a hassle to break apart, so I ended up having like 2.5 pieces because this kind of just broke off. But definitely worth the hassle because it kind of tastes like sourdough bread. Like it doesn't really taste like it's been made of rice, so big fan. And I also threw some pink Himalayan salt and some pepper and red pepper flakes. Delicious. So I just devoured that, and it's definitely something that I could get behind eating every day because it was absolutely delicious. So I just got all ready and edited my resume a little bit so that I can apply for a specific job. And now it's like 12:30 and I'm going out with my sister soon, so I figured I would have some lunch before I do. So I'm just having my leftover sweet green salad, which should be fine because it's just vegetables and starches. And I'm gonna put a little bit of this goat cheese crumbles on it, which I don't think Kenzie or Maggie do dairy, but I just need a little bit of cheese in my life, so it's fine. Alright, so it's 4 o'clock, so I'm gonna have some of these rice cake stacker things. And again, I'm having some cheese, some dairy, even though I don't think that's part of the diet, but this is still technically food combining because it's starch and fat. So we'll see how that goes. So I added some everything but the bagel seasoning, and I'm also having some gingerade kombucha. So for dinner, I'm just having a taco salad, and I just have some spinach, some peppers and onions, some black beans. I threw in a couple of these tri-colored tortilla strips because I had them in the cabinet and they look pretty good. And then I just topped it with some cilantro salad dressing. Nothing too crazy. I'm not super hungry, and it's also like 8 o'clock, so I'm not trying to eat way too much before I go to sleep, but I needed something. So end of day one, I'm feeling pretty good. I definitely usually feel a little bloated after dinner, but I don't, so that's great. And also I noticed that I typically, when I'm like focusing on eating healthy, I end up like getting kind of hungry throughout the day and like struggle to make it to my next meal, or sometimes I snack when I don't want to snack and snack on things I don't want to just because I'm hungry. And that didn't happen, so that was good. I did have a little bit of like a tired like spurt going on at one point, but I don't know if that was related to the way that I was eating. Who knows? We'll see if it happens again tomorrow. But I like felt so tired that like I wanted to take a nap. I ended up not, just because I made plans, but if I hadn't had plans, I probably would have taken a nap. So anyway, that's the end of day one, and I'm gonna go to bed, and then I'll see you in the morning. Good morning. It is food combining day 2. So I'm having some coffee, some hot lemon water, and some blueberries with coconut milk yogurt, and some honey and cinnamon. So normally I'd be doing some kind of workout after breakfast number 1, but I ran a couple days in a row and I'm feeling kind of sore, so I think I'm gonna take a rest day. Plus I woke up later than I wanted to, and it's already getting kind of hot out. Just gonna maybe get some things done before it's time for breakfast number 2. So basically I toasted these 2 pieces of bread without realizing that my only avocado is not ripe at all. So now I have to figure out something else to put on it because I don't want to waste the bread, and I'm hungry. So honey goat cheese is one of my favorite snacks, and I was gonna have this on rice cakes later, but I decided to try it on this rice bread. So we'll see if it's any good. I might put some everything but the bagel seasoning on it or something. So yeah, this is actually pretty good, and I put some everything but the bagel seasoning on it, and it almost tastes like I'm eating a bagel. It's about 2:30 now, or 2:20, whatever, almost 2:30. And I'm about to head out for a hike / like nature walk type thing with my friend Kim and my cousin Christine. And so I decided I need a little snack before, so I'm just having some cut up cucumber and peppers, and this is blue cheese dip. And then I'm also having some gingerade kombucha. Alright, so I just got back from my little hike / nature walk thing, and I'm super hungry, and it's like 6:30, so I'm making some brown rice pasta to have with some steamed kale. Ooh, it's really steamy. And then, yeah, this lid does not fit this pan. There's no lid for that pan, so that's the best we can do. And then some marinara sauce and a little bit of Parmesan cheese. And then also, I just threw some of these asparagus cuts in the microwave because I love asparagus. Right, this looks delicious. I can't wait to eat it. I'm so hungry. So my avocado is still not ripe, and I bought another one at the store yesterday that is also not ripe. But I also bought some pre-made guac, and it just has like peppers and onions and seasoning in it. So I thought that would do the same thing. And then again, I just have salt, pepper, and red pepper flakes on it. And this is breakfast number 2. Alright, so it is day 3 of me attempting this food combining diet. The last technical day that I'm like filming it and seeing how it works for me for the first time. And today is going to be a little bit of a challenge. It's Memorial Day and I'm going to a cookout. So I thought it would be fun just to see how well I can follow the food combining diet while I am out at a party socializing. I'm not sure what how like alcohol can fit into food combining. I mean, it's technically not food, so I don't know. I'm pretty sure that their stance, like KENZIE and MAGGIE, is just to not drink at all. I don't know if that's going to be possible for me today, but I'm going to do my best. And yeah, so I'm not completely sure of what the food situation is going to be, but I do know that we are bringing we're bringing steaks, and so I'm probably just gonna eat steak, and then also I'm gonna cut up some vegetables right now, and we're gonna put those in little foil packets and throw those on the grill. So I do know that there is something that I can eat there that's healthy and food combining, but we'll see how well it goes with everything else that might be there.
Happy Memorial Day!
Woo!
Are you on YouTube?
Yeah.
Oh. Well, come on here. The YouTube camera.
You want to hold my camera?
Yeah.
You have to be really careful with it. Like, you can't drop it once.
Okay. This is my sister Jenna. And he's gonna whip that. Oh, I think.
What's me, Mag? Introduce me.
She's the picture. She was the picture. She was the picture in the game. She was the picture.
Alright, so yesterday I stopped filming my meals and stuff because I was having a good time with my family at my brother's cookout. And when I got home, I just watched The Bachelorette and The Bruins and then went to bed. So I never really filmed what I ate during the day. When it came to the challenge of keeping up with food combining at like a social gathering, if you look at it from a pass-fail standpoint, I failed. If you look at it from like a out of 100 standpoint, like percentage-wise, I guess I would call it, I would give myself like an 80, maybe an 85. Basically, I was planning on only eating steak and vegetables at the cookout and maybe having some wine. It kind of took a long time just for the food to be ready, and I ended up having a handful of Doritos. I don't usually eat chips, but I do have to say that the like spicy sweet chili Doritos are a weakness of mine. Oh my god, they're so good. I love them. So when I was hungry and they're right in front of me, I couldn't resist, so I had a handful of Doritos. And then with my steak and vegetables, which I had very soon after the Doritos. So when I say I failed, it's because I had a starch and then I had protein and veggies after. And then with my protein and veggies, I had a couple bites of a macaroni salad. Still not like terrible. Like again, if it's a pass fail, I failed, but if it's a percentage wise, like a B, 80, you know. And then a couple hours later, I did have a s'more. I don't, like technically food combining wise, I think it was okay. Obviously not like the healthiest thing to have, but it was Memorial Day. Like I was at a cookout, there was a s'more in front of me, I'm gonna make a s'more. Overall, not terrible. So that pretty much sums up day 3 of food combining. Now, when it comes to my overall perspective on the whole diet, which I only did it for 3 days, I do admit like that's kind of short, but I just wanted to test it out and see if I thought that it was something I could maintain for a longer period of time. overall, I did enjoy it. I really liked being constantly like satisfied, not feeling hungry, and if I did feel hungry, I could just eat something. I think a lot of diets are restrictive when it comes to when you can eat and how often you eat. However, this is kind of a diet where it's like if you're hungry and you eat, which is how things should be. So I did like that. I like how it kind of pushed me to eat more vegetables. I love vegetables, and I try to eat them as much as I can and like have them with as many meals as I can. Sometimes that's harder than it is not. And I feel like just the idea of having, you know, a protein and veggies or starch and veggies or something like that pushed me to eat more. I went through like almost 2 whole bags of spinach, which I barely finish a bag of spinach typically in like a week. Sometimes I don't finish it and I feel bad. I have to throw it away because it's bad. But yeah, almost 2 whole bags of spinach in like 3 days. So that's a lot of spinach, and spinach is really good for you. So, oh, not to mention the 2 sweet green salads I had that were full of spinach. I also liked the new foods that I tried, specifically the brown rice bread. I typically lean towards Ezekiel bread if I'm buying any bread at all. And it's good, but this brown rice bread is even better. Like, it tastes like literal sourdough bread. I think it's so delicious. So I'm excited to have a new food, especially a bread product, because we all love bread that I like. And I also liked the brown rice pasta, and I also liked how I became a fan of kale. I've never really liked kale at all. I think I probably tried it raw most likely in a salad and I wasn't a fan, but I did like it cooked and with like pasta. I mean, everything's better with pasta, but I really did like it cooked, which I was surprised. I didn't know that I would, and so that was nice to find a new way to eat kale that I didn't think of before. I know it sounds so silly, I didn't think of cooking it before, but yeah, big fan. I also really like the Hookah Ginger Tea that I purchased because of this diet. I love ginger, which is funny because I used to hate ginger, and then I started drinking gingerade kombucha, and now I'm like, wow, I love ginger and like everything. I put it in my smoothies. I also really like the way that I felt from this diet. I do think that it reduced any type of bloating I had a lot, which, you know, makes you look better and feel better. So that was nice, which is kind of the main goal of the diet. It's to aid digestion, or have optimal digestion. So it makes sense that it would make me less bloated and feel better. So I really liked that. And again, overall, it is a diet that pushes you to eat healthier foods, which, you know, is never harmful to eat more vegetables. Like, it's not going to do you any bad. So even if you're not technically feeling any better, which you should feel better just from eating healthier foods, but even if the food combining itself doesn't optimize digestion, because you never know, like, everyone's different, and I don't think there's extensive research behind the idea of it. Obviously I'm not a professional, so I can't say for sure, but it can never hurt you to eat healthier and to eat more vegetables. So there's no way that this diet is harmful for your body. Other diets, I think, can be harmful depending on which one you are following. So this is nice because you know that you're not doing any harm to your body just by eating healthier. I do have to say, the one thing that I didn't like about this diet is the pricing of some of the items, such as the brown rice bread. I don't know for sure what it was. I want to say it was like either $6, maybe $5, somewhere in the $5 to $7 range, I would say. But yeah, basically when I went to Whole Foods just to get a handful of items for this diet, not even like everything, I spent $40 on like 6 items, which is like kind of, it's a little unrealistic. Someone who does not want to spend, you know, upwards of $60 a week on groceries. Some people that might seem reasonable. If you're in college, it might not be, but that was like the one downside to this diet. And again, I spent $40 on like maybe half of the items that I bought. Everything else I bought at like a regular grocery store, not Whole Foods, just like Min's or Shaw's or something, and you know, less expensive. But basically, I would probably give this diet overall like an A- when it comes to being able to keep it up on a daily basis. And there are definitely aspects of this diet that I will keep doing. Like this morning I had some lemon water, which I do admit the warm lemon water in the morning is really nice. And you know, I'm gonna have some avocado toast on brown rice bread after this. Again, there are definitely aspects of this diet that I will be keeping up with, and there are probably aspects of this diet that I will be adjusting based on price or just my preferences. But yeah, overall I think it's something that I'm going to continue for now. So it was really nice to find this and find something new to motivate me to eat healthy, which is one of my post-grad goals. So I'd like to thank Maggie MacDonald and Kenzie Burke for the inspiration behind this video and this diet, and I look forward to continuing it and seeing results in the future. Thank you so much for watching this video. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye!